Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all feeling well and you're ready to try a math contest. Which math contest? It's going to be the grade 8 Gauss paper from the year 2012. Okay? So, this is a pretty standard paper. There's going to be 25 multiple choice questions, and I'm just going to go through one question per video. In this video, it'll be question number 1. But first, let's talk a little bit about the paper. So, it's the grade 8 level Gauss. There is a grade 7 Gauss. This one, you won't be surprised to learn, is aimed at the grade 8 level. So it's our 2012 paper. And if you want to try this contest, and I do always recommend that you try questions, practice them out, practice a whole paper, practice several papers, especially if you're going to be writing this upcoming year. And if you do want to try this paper out, you can get a copy by clicking the very first link down in the description. And if you do so, try and give yourself an hour to try all the questions. You know, I see some people and they try a question, they look at the answer. Try a question, did I get it right? Try a question, let's see the solution. And that's not the best way to do it because, well, you don't do contests like that. You don't even do tests like that in school, right? Okay? But by giving yourself the whole hour and just trying everything you can, you get more than just a sense of what questions you're going to get on the paper. You also get a sense of time management. Okay? How long is it taking me to do this many questions? How much time should I save for the really hard questions at the end? These are important things to know if you want to do well on the contest. It's not just about answering the questions. It's about answering the questions with enough time to give yourself freedom to explore the questions, especially the harder ones, to be able to experiment, try things out. Okay? So do try it, copy the contest by clicking the link down in the description and give yourself an hour. Remember, calculators are allowed. I've got mine sitting right here. Although, if you are a returning viewer, you'll know I try and avoid the use of my calculator, but when I have to, we'll use it. As I already said, it's a multiple choice paper. There's going to be 5 presented answers to each question. We can even see it down here. Question 1 that we're about to do. The answer could be A, B, C, D, or E. Now, they test these contests out pretty thoroughly. There will never be any mistake. The answer is always going to be there, and it'll only be one. So, if we think the answer is 12, right, then we don't have to go looking and, oh, maybe it's actually 3 and I have to decide between the two. No. Right? As soon as you're able to calculate an answer or determine a single answer, then you're good to go. Now, because it's multiple choice, you can guess. Okay? You certainly can guess on questions, and they do actually not penalize you, but they do reward you a little bit for not guessing. Okay, typically we guess when we have no idea, but we know one of the answers is here. So that should be a 1 out of 5 chance to get the answer right. Okay, and you can get marks that way, but you got to be lucky. As I say, it's a 1 out of 5 chance. But what the University of Waterloo, the people who make these papers, do is they like to reward when you actually say, I don't know. That's a very important skill to be able to have, not just in math, but in any field of knowledge. To be able to confidently say, I don't know, is a real important thing, and a lot of people are very uncomfortable doing that. So, as a reward for being able to say, no, I really I don't know the answer to this question, I can't do it, if you leave a question blank, you can get 2 marks automatically, which is better than your expected value for just randomly guessing. That said, if you can narrow down your answers to 1 out of 2 or 1 out of 3 possibilities, in this first question, we do a little bit of work and we realize, oh, it can't be 12 or 9. Maybe we could guess. Maybe we can do a little bit more work and eliminate another possibility. Maybe guess from here, or maybe we can actually just do the question and realize the answer is C or whatever it is. Okay? But do be aware of that. Okay? Each unanswered question is worth 2 for a total of 20 marks. You can't just leave the whole thing blank and get 50 marks on a 25 question paper. In terms of the rest of the contest, they're broken down into 3 parts. Part A, every question is worth 5 marks. These ones are fairly simple questions. Part B, everything's worth 6 marks. These are a little bit harder, take a little bit more time or work. And then the 5 last questions, Part C, so 21 through 25. These are the harder questions on the contest. They require a little bit of creativity usually, and your reward for getting them right is 8 marks. Okay? Now, as I said, we're just going to go through one question at a time. So let's take a look here at question number 1. So 3 times 3 plus 3 divided by 3 equals. Usually when they do these papers, they like to start question number 1 off with something they think everybody should be able to get. This is very, very, very basic arithmetic, very, very basic calculation. All we need to do is remember things like, well, we do things in brackets first. So that 3 plus 3 inside the brackets, we're going to deal with that first. Okay? So, let's write this down. 3 times 3 plus 3, and you probably can do this in your head, or you might grab your calculator. I like to show a little bit of my work anytime I'm writing a math contest, so that you could consider this to be my rough work. Now the 3 plus 3 here turns into just a 6. We do remember that we do that first. Okay? And now you might say, okay, what do I do next? There aren't any more brackets. Well, when you're just left with multiplications and divisions, typically you just read left to right. So we could do 3 times 6 is 18, divided by 3, and we get an answer of 6. Alternatively, you could have done the 6 divided by 3 first. You'd be left with 3 times 2, and you'd still get 6. So it didn't really matter which one you do there. Okay? Either way, we get our answer. It's going to be 6 for question number 1. That means we would circle A or bubble in A on the nice little Scantron sheets that are available. And there we go. So that's question number 1. Up next, question number 2. I'll see you for that in the following video. Take care.